It's a good question to ask because I see many situations like that. Sometimes when we get into work, we're young, we're immature, we make poor decisions because we're not taught proper decision making skills. We're not taught critical thinking skills and how to repair relationships. Those are not skills we're taught at school. And when we get into the workplace, we are not able to manage our emotions the right way. We lack the relative self-awareness that we need. And I see many employees who get branded the way they used to be, and then they've worked with us and they want to transform their behavior, transform their relationships. And one of the things that I encourage them to do is to identify some key people you want to apologize to. Right? It doesn't hurt to do that. And sometimes the apology is simply, you know what? I'm at a place where I can reflect on my past behavior and I'm ashamed. I don't want to be that person anymore. This is who I want to be here at work. This is how I want you to experience me. Can I ask you to help me, give me some feedback as I strive to be the better person?
So where and how would you approach this person and this apology? And should it be one-on-one?
It depends. If it's a one-on-one situation, absolutely one-on-one. We've had some times where people say it in the staff meeting, they have a small team of 10 or 20, and they've recognized that they've had that level of self-awareness and they know now my behavior is no longer, it's not something I want to continue in my life. So they have made that apology to their team members and invite their team members to, now I want to change. I want to be the new person that I want you to experience. And people are willing to help you. So what do you need from us? They usually ask, well, if you see me behaving the way that I don't want to be, just remind me that this is my new self. This is the new Joyce. So remind me that, Joyce, I want to experience the new you. And it's just a simple thing like that. You don't have to shame them, embarrass them. You just have to remind them, because you see, humans, we have neural pathways, and the bad behavior we have, distributed or demonstrated before, those neural pathways are there. And as we continue to change our behavior at work, the way we communicate with others, the way we respond when things happen, we're now at a place where we can be reminded. And as we get reminded, I'm like, oh yes, that's true, sorry, this is what I meant to say instead. And I always say, let's just take 5, let's redo that, let me rephrase that. And then people are willing to help you change if you want to put yourself and be vulnerable.
Joyce Odidison is our expert today. She's our expert every day, but she's here with us today to talk about conflicts in the workplace. 204-780-0893 is the number to call. Again, Chloe Friesen, our studio director, will talk to you and can do what we're about to do here, paraphrase something for you if you're a little worried about putting your voice or your name out on the radio, because it might make, somebody might hear you. Yeah. We have a caller who just called and says, a person in leadership, and they have a question about rookie employees not respecting their bosses or people who have worked there longer. This person has issues with new employees asking for too many accommodations or feeling entitled. You're smiling, Joyce.
Yes, because we hear that a lot. We have several generations in the workplace. And the realities for my children and your children is that they were raised in a different age. The Gen Z and the millennials, we tell them they can be anything they want to be. So when they come to work, they expect to get everything they need to be who they're supposed to be. And the baby boomers and the Gen Xers are asking, who do they think they are? I want to work hard to get this. Why do they expect to get all these things and they're entitled? And this happens so often. I think as a leader, it's very important to remind those generations that we have different life experiences, we have different expectations when we come into work, and here's how we can manage and modulate that so we can all be happy at work.
But how do you make all those people happy at work? The person who phoned in is a supervisor trying to keep their new employees happy, because retention is a huge issue for employers, and clearly they, everybody, we need these young employees, and then older folks are perhaps feeling, wait a minute, I was here 10 years before I
Absolutely.
got a brand new
Totally.
chair or an
Yeah.
office
Yeah.
and how do you smooth that out?
I think it's very important to let your new employees know that you want them. They're important, they're valued, but there is something called seniority, and there are things, there's longevity. There are goals you can set to attain certain things. After 3 months, you get benefits. That those things are still the same. I think it's how we conversation them that makes the difference. So let him know this is how the organization is set up to work. After 3 months, you will get a certain level of privileges. After 6 months, you will get certain things. After a year, you will get, and it seems very long for them. But during that process, there are little things that you can set smaller goals for them to attain. There are other ways you can appreciate them and show them value, because they're not going to sit there like the baby boomers quietly waiting for you to remember that they're there. They want attention. They want to know that their work is good. They want to know that they're valued, because this is a generation that was raised with instant feedback. That's their socialization. So we can't expect them to come to work and be something else. We as leaders have to adapt and recognize, okay, so this person needs more in confirmation. They need to understand when they're doing